Seth here from Jive Ass Turkeys with another deck profile. Today I have Qliphorts. It's the deck I played at the regional in March. This deck profile will be for after the April 2015 ban list when they got hit really hard, but I still think that the deck is very relevant, still very good. Gets over a lot of stuff, unaffected by a lot of stuff. I placed 12th at the regional. I lost to Mass Heroes because of Mirror Force, and I lost to Necroz because poorly timed dead draw. You know, it happens, it's the game. But I beat a lot of Necroz decks and a lot of Yosenju decks, and I'll talk about my experiences through the deck profile. So let's start. So 2 Scout, it's at 2, running at 2, Searcher. It can also be searched, just too good, you need it. 2 Monolith, good for the Monolith OTK, and the draw is really good. Even playing conservatively or aggressively, the draw is good. Sometimes you'll be drawing 4 cards during end phase. Yes, it is your end phase, but it puts you in a pretty good situation considering a lot of decks right now aren't that fast, except for the mirror match. But that's a different story. 3 Disc. This card is probably the best card outside of Scout. It's always like, if I just can get a search whenever, I'll go for Disc. But it helps with OTKs. It just makes the deck so fast, and that gives Qliphorts the advantage in the meta right now. 2 Stealth, because it lets the deck really take off, but sometimes not as useful as Disc, but still very good. So at 2. 3 Carrier and 3 Helix, because its removal works really well with Soul Transition. Just increase your monster count. So very good. 2 Shell. One of these used to be a Scout, but I just wanted another 9 Pendulum Scale. But Shell at face value is still really good because a lot of decks will play defensively, and that piercing really gets over them. And then 1 Maxi. There are a lot of decks that special summon a lot, and having hand advantage in like this format, or just playing a really fast deck is really good. So you need it, but definitely not more than 1, because there's not too many decks that special summon that much, but easy side out. 1 Majesty's Fiend stops a lot of decks, and a lot of decks don't see it coming and are very crippled by it. And you have tribute fodder a lot, so very good. Sacrifice, obviously I had it at 2 at the 3 at the regional. 4 effects, so good, need it. 3 Summoner's Art, it's a Searcher, so obviously really good. Search is for your Searcher, so deck thinning and search, really good, need 3. Laser Clip, it's searchable, it lets the deck take off because you get another normal summon. It might be the difference between you know, your cards being removed, because how Qliphorts are unaffected. So if you can go normal summon, tribute summon, you get removal possibly, and a really good attack monster. So it just puts you in really good situations. It's really good at 1. I wouldn't do any more of that. And another easy side out. 1 Book of Moon, because it's a play stopper, and you can like end phase one of your normal summon Qliphorts, flips face down, the next turn flip it up, it's got all of its attack, so useful. Pot of Riches, Recycle is really good in this deck now because Scout's at 2 and Sacrifice is at 1. So that's just for Recycle. 1 Regeki, 2 Mystical, and 2 Night Beam for spell trap removal, because spell traps really hurt this deck because they're already unaffected by a lot of monster effects. So like this will get your Mystical out of your way, so you can get a good safe scout, search. So yeah, important. 2 Monarch Storm 4th. Really changes games. You can go like Storm 4th into Majesty's Fiend, and then it's just really good news from there. Or maybe you just need like one more monster to be sacrificed, or so many good situations with Storm 4th. And it's not really that much of a dead draw considering all your monsters can be tribute summoned. 1 climate change. This used to be a sacrifice, but need good recycle. But now that I'm playing the deck without the sacrifice and this card is actually very good. So I like it a lot. And then of course the Trinity of Traps, Compulse Bottomless Solemn. 1 Vanities because it's that one. I sided the other 2 Vanities during the regional because Yosenjus were still really around the meta. And then 2 Soul Transition because it's the draw and the tribute and the effect from the tribute. Really good. Used to be a sacrifice as well. So yeah, that's the main deck. I'm not really gonna do much on the extra deck considering you never go into it. So I'll just do the ones that I did during the regional, or did in the history of this deck. Exciton Knight, 101. Lavalval Chain, stack your deck for Scout. Gauntlet Launcher, and Tiras. So yeah, side deck. I got 3 Royal Decree. Really good side against Satella Knights because they hit you with some pretty hardcore back row and Call the Haunted and that Oasis card. Also, it's good siding against sides because of like Fairy Wind, stuff like that. 2 Spell Shattering Arrow for the mirror match, even though I've never had a mirror match. 2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors. 2 Prohibition, because you never know what you're gonna see. You might see some like random ass bullshit. One of my friends played an Ojama deck and almost lost to that, so you never know. 2 Debunk, really good against Necroz. And then 3 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror for like Burning Abyss. And 1 Spell Canceller. I know this card hurts me a lot as well, but sitting on this playing Necroz, very good situation. So that's the deck. Comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Thanks for watching.